Expense tracking is the most powerful tool in your financial toolkit. Stick around. I'll show you how to do it easy, and why it's so important. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Leroy, and welcome to my channel, 40 and Broke, where we're all about getting out of debt, saving, investing, and getting our finances under control so we can live the life we've always dreamed of, because that's what it's all about, living the life we've always dreamed of. So what do I mean? Expense tracking is the most powerful tool in your financial toolkit. Why? I always say that a budget is the most important tool in your financial toolkit, but expense tracking is the most powerful tool. A budget tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Expense tracking tells you where your money actually went. So how do I expense track? Expense tracking is literally that, taking whatever expenses you have and you track them throughout the month or the week or whatever works for you. I try to do it daily. That way I can add everything up at the end of the month and I know what I've spent and I know what I need to budget. I know what I need to fix. It shows me where the leaks are in my budget and what needs tightened up. This is what I expense track. All my expenses, I have them all written down here. So what I do is I like to keep track of gas, groceries, my impulse spendings, and what I spend for lunch at work. And then I'll track my no spends, and I consider a no spend basically any day that I don't impulse spend. If it's money that I set aside in my budget for a specific purpose and I use it for that specific purpose, then I don't count that as a spend day, because we have to buy gas. We got to get to work. We have to pay our bills. We don't want the electricity shut off. We don't want to lose our house. So these are necessities. So I'm not going to count these if I'm setting the money aside. Now, if I decide to go to the store and buy a Mountain Dew and a candy bar, then I consider that an impulse buy. If I look at my planner, I see that in the month I spent on gas $80. But that's not right, because I know there's a day in here that I forgot to mark it down. And you'll find that. Don't beat yourself up over that. You'll find that there's days you forget to mark stuff down. And I could have gone back into my credit card statements and looked to see when I was at the gas station and put in so much. And that could have told me how much I spent, but I didn't do that. But anyways, so $80 in gas. Let's say that might have been more like 120. And then 40 of it was actually, I did spend that on my wife. I filled her car up so that she didn't have to do that. Groceries. This was an expensive month for groceries. $710. Some of that was I bought a bunch of stuff for my cats. I bought like some Mountain Dews so that I stopped buying them at the store. It was a big purchase then to save money in the long run type thing. My impulse spends were $290. That's a lot. But it was like, okay, so we went to lunch at Burger King, and then I did spend a lot of money at gas stations. This was not a good month. I mean, I still had 17 no spends, but I spent a lot of $5, $6, $7 here, there, throughout the month. What I say, 290 in impulse. So all of those. I've been going to the mall with my father-in-law so he can walk the mall, because he had a stroke and he's getting his trying to build everything back up. So he wants to walk. So we're going to the mall and we're walking, and we'll get breakfast and stuff like that. So we went and I bought breakfast. The next weekend we went and I bought Chinese. So granted, yes, I should be setting the money aside for that because I know it's going to be there. I just don't, and I just take it out of my buffer. We had Olive. The truck just went by. I don't know if you heard that, but it was pretty loud. So we had Olive Garden one day, and that was $120. And that was for my wife's best friend. She came down, and it was her birthday, so I treated everybody to Olive Garden. Like I said, a bunch of stops at the gas station. I mean, I didn't buy lunch, but I'd buy like a couple Mountain Dews, and then maybe a snack, like an oatmeal cream pie. Like one time I was craving an oatmeal cream pie, so I went and bought some oatmeal cream pie, stuff like that. And usually if if I buy something and I've ruined my no spend day, I stock up on stuff so that the next couple days I can have those things I'm craving and I won't have to spend anything for like 3 or 4 days. I spent $0 on lunch again. I've been bringing my own lunch. I've been eating my own lunch. So that's 9 months without buying lunch at work. So I've had a total of 17 no spend days. And then I count my workouts. I had 13 workouts. And now the found money. We all know about the found money. I found $8.17. It was a pretty slow month. I was surprised that it was $8.17. So that gave us a total so far in 2 months that I have found $20.14. That is the breakdown on how to do expense tracking. All you're doing is tracking down what you spend. If you want it to be perfect, it can be perfect. I round up. Taking it, for instance, I got here on February 6th, it says gas station, $10. I know that's an impulse spend, but it probably wasn't $10. It was probably like $7.80 something. So I just rounded up to $10. But I'd rather it be a little high and I know to bring it down than for it to be low and now I've spent more than what I've set aside once I start setting aside money for stuff like that. That is expense tracking. It's just being diligent about tracking your money, being diligent about knowing where your money went to, and then adding it up at the end of the week or the end of the month and knowing where your money is going. So now I look, that's impulse, $290. I've got to get that under control because I expense tracked and then decided one day I'm going to add this stuff up. And once I added it up, I realized, wow, I spent a lot of money on this. Those little small expenses that you don't believe add up, trust me, they add up. Look at it. Gas station, $10. Gas station, $5. Gas station, $10. DG, Ford. Gas station, $10. Gas station, $2. Gas station, $10. During the week, that don't add up. What is that, $20, $30 here? But then by the end of the month, you're like, wow, I just spent $180. That's a big chunk. So that's what expense tracking does. That's what I mean by saying expense tracking is the most powerful tool in your financial toolkit because it tells you where your money went and how you're spending your money and how you need to fix things. So there it is, everybody. Have a good one. Get to expense tracking. That way you know where that money's going. Those little expenditures add up. Get them under control. Let's make this a good year. All right, everybody. Have a great day.